Hello everybody, it's Tarun. Welcome to your 6th tutorial in Basic Python course. In this tutorial, I will teach you guys about editing sequences, lists, list functions and slicing lists. In the last tutorial, we learned about how to create sequences and how to slice out them in few different ways. So now let's move forward and edit a sequence. To edit any sequence, we first need to create a sequence and then apply the editing operations. So this is something quite useful. So come on guys, pay attention. Let me tell you one thing that before we start, that sequences can also be concatenated the way strings are concatenated. Okay, so go ahead and let's create two sequences. Okay. So these are two sequences. Okay, just add plus sign between the two sequences and now go ahead and press enter. Now you can see instead of two separate sequences, you have one long sequence, okay, which contains all the elements of the two individual sequences which you have used. Earlier I told you that strings also work as sequences, so go ahead and type two strings and try to concatenate them. Okay, so let me show you an example of that. So these are two strings. Okay, so you can add plus sign between them like you did with the list sequences over. Okay, so you can concatenate the strings also. Now let's see what happens if we try to add or concatenate a sequence of numbers or a sequence with integer values as its elements with a string. So go ahead, type a sequence with numbers. Say we take the sequence 4, 5, 6. Okay, and let's try to concatenate it with a string. So okay, and try to add it with them. Press enter. Okay, so when you press enter, you see a error message. Okay, what does it say? Type error. Can only concatenate list to list, not string. Okay, this is because we can join two things having different data types. So you can do that. You can only add, concatenate or join two sequences if they are of same data type. This is useful to store two smaller sequences and join them to create one bigger sequence. Okay. Another thing that I want to tell you guys how to multiply a sequence. Say you have a sequence or string like that. Say, let's take my name again as a string. Okay, and you want to multiply it by 10. So you might be thinking that how is this possible, that how can we multiply a string with an integer number? Okay, so well, it can happen. Anytime you multiply this, you will think, how can we multiply this? So what it does, it doesn't really multiply like it does, like we do in math. Okay, it just takes whatever you have given as type, given as input, and type it as many times as you have entered the desired multiplication number. So now go ahead and press enter. Sorry, I left an indent here. Okay, so as you can see that there are 10 times the word Tarun have been printed. Okay, it's pretty cool, huh? So if you do it with a number, say let's say 21, and you multiply it with 10, okay, you get answer 210. This is not what we wanted. So if you want to repeat 21 10 times, then you have to enclose 21 square braces as an element of a sequence. So go ahead, type 21 square braces and then multiply it by 10 and then press enter. So now you can see that you get 21 10 times. Okay. These are two ways. One, how to multiply numbers, other is how to multiply items of any sequences. Another thing which I want to tell you about sequences is membership. There is a little function or operation in Python with a name in. Okay. What it does, it checks your specific value which you are asking is present in a sequence or no. So therefore the name in. So let's go ahead and make a variable, say name equal to Tarun. Okay, and now the variable name has value Tarun. So what are we gonna do with this? We are gonna check that if certain value is present in the name variable name or not by using in operator or a function. So here is how you can check. Type in the character in single quotes which you want to check, say R, okay, and then space and then type in, then space and then the variable name. Okay, here the variable name is name. So go ahead and type R in name. What it's gonna do, it will check whether R is present in name or not. So press enter. So you can see it's true because there is R in Tarun. So what if I check P in name? Okay, what should it do? What could be the answer? Okay, false. Okay, that's right because there is no P in Tarun. Another thing you can do is you have an entire sequence, okay, with elements. Say let's go ahead and create a sequence, say cricket okay. Now you have created a sequence in memory. Just like I searched for one letter in whole word, I can also search for one element in the sequence. So alright, let's check. Say type. Let's check whether there are gloves in cricket or not. Okay, what it should do? False. Okay, because there is no element named gloves in cricket. So what if I check ball in cricket? It's true because this element is in sequence. So that's what it does. Check whether an element is in something or not. Okay guys, this was about the membership. So this was the most simplest way I could teach you. I don't think so there is anything simple way than this. Okay. Till now we have talked about editing sequences and in function. So let's move forward to learn some more list functions. First function I want to talk about is the length function. And it pretty much gets the length of anything for all the elements in your list or sequence. So let me make a list and I will put this to you. So let's say we have a list named numbers. Okay. Sorry. 1, 4, 8, 18, 24, say 162, 7. Okay. So now we have a sequence or a list called numbers. We can get length of all the elements in the list by typing length function, which is represented by len. Okay. and then parenthesis. So how to use in this length function? If we want to get length of any sequence or a string, what we need to do, type in len and in parenthesis type in the name of sequence or variable in which your string is stored, okay, to get a length, and then press enter. Okay, so it says 7. This is so because there are 7 elements in the list numbers. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, so this is a very simple function with the help of which you can get length of any string or number of elements present in any sequence. Another thing you can do is use maximum function. Okay, so as it suggests by its name, it outputs the maximum value from any list. Okay, it works similar to length function in the terms of syntax. So for maximum type in max, and then similarly in parentheses type the name of the variable or the list. Okay, so you can see that the maximum number in the list numbers is 162. So there is similar function to max, which is minimum. So if there is max, there must be minimum. So what is the syntax? It is similar to the other two functions which I have told you. Type in min and in brackets the same name of the list. Okay, another thing which I want to teach you guys is another function which is a list function. And what list function does, it takes any string of text and converts it to a list. Okay, this is useful because there are many things you can do to a list that you cannot do to a string. Okay, so here is one example. Okay, type in the list function, the same syntax as other 3 functions. Type in the function name list and in parentheses the string. Okay, so you can see that it has converted the string Tarun to a sequence. Okay, with its element as individual letters from the string. So now you have converted the string to a list, so you can use all the list functions over it. Now I am going to show some examples of functions which you can do on lists but cannot do on strings. One is to use index notations to add values to a list. Okay, we had the numbers list. So what we can do if we want to change any element on that list? Okay, one, we can type the sequence name and then change the whole list, okay, according to what we want. Okay, or okay, this was how you can reassign all the values. And what is the other way is that, which is little easier, we can type in the list name, say numbers, okay, and then in square braces the index position at which you want to change the value, and then equal sign. Okay, let's say I want to change, okay, let's first this was the number string. So to change, I want to change the element at position, index position 3. So in square braces 3 space, then type in equal sign, and after that type the new value you want to add and then press enter. So let's say I want to type in 42 at the third position. Okay, so the third index position is 18, not 8. Okay, keep in mind that, because computer starts indexing from 0. So go ahead and press enter. Okay, so let me show you that the string has changed. Okay, this was the earlier sequence, and with 18 as it in value at index 3. So when I typed in this statement, I changed the index value 3 at 3 equal to 42. So that is how you use reference index notation and assign a new value in the list. It allows you to change only the desired value, and you don't have to retype the whole list again. So now you have changed elements in your list. You can also delete elements from your list. Okay. So if we want any number from our list, we need to type another built-in function, okay, called delete function, okay, which is represented by del. So go ahead and type del space sequence name numbers square braces and the index position, the number you want to delete. So I want to delete the number present at index position 3. So press enter. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you the new numbers. Okay, it has deleted the number 42 from the list. So earlier the length of the numbers was 7. So what if I check the length of numbers now? Okay, it is showing 6 because I have deleted one number. So now let's move forward and learn about slicing lists. What slicing is, it pretty much allows you to add or edit elements in a sequence or list, multiple at a single time, without doing it individually. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a list. Say our list is example. Okay, and type in hello world. Okay, so this is our list. When we use slicing, we can replace some part of our list with something else. Let me just show you. Okay, so we have 10 characters in our list. Okay, that's a hello world. And now when we use slicing, we can replace certain elements of our list with something else. So take our example list and we are gonna edit it this time. So now let's say edit it from 5th element of the index position to the last of index. So, okay, so example. Earlier in slicing I told you how to get from 5th index position to the last. So this is how you can get. Okay, so let's change the value of last 5 elements from world to Uncle. Okay, so now you can see that I have changed the world WORLD, the last 5 values, with Uncle. So this was the case when the elements in our list earlier is equal to the new elements in our list. So what if I use babe, okay, baby here. Baby is a small 1 character short than uncle. So what it should do? Does it create any problem? So let's check. Okay, so you can see that it does not create any problem when you use less character word. Okay, so what if I use more character word? Okay, you might be thinking that okay, less character word does not create problem because the list is defined already to 10 characters, but now we have reduced it 1 character. So what if I increase the number of characters? Okay, so this is, I have increased number of characters. So you can see that number of characters also increase, okay, without any problem. So let's move forward. Okay, another thing which I want to tell you is how to add elements in between of your list. Okay, so let's create a new list. Say example. Okay, example equals to 5,4,8. Okay, so this is your new list. So what if I want to add a number before 4? So how I can do that? Type in the string name in square braces. So 4 is situated at index position 1. Type in index position and then colon, and again type that index position. Okay, so type equals to, and then in square braces. So let's say I want to add 4,4,4. Okay, so what will it do? It will take this part of the little list and type it there. Okay, so let's go ahead and press enter. So as you can see that I have added 3 times 4 before the 4. Okay, so this is how you can add any element between your list. So this was how you can enter a mini sequence, okay, into another sequence to make it ultimately a larger, bigger sequence. Okay, so the last thing that I want to tell you about in this tutorial is the opposite of this thing. Okay, till now we have added elements between the list. So what if we want to delete some elements from our list? Okay, one way is to use the delete function, which I have told you. Another way is using slicing. So how you can do that? Type in the list name in which you want to add, remove, and the first element from which you want to remove, and the last element up to which you want to remove. So keep in mind that this is first, second, third and fourth. Okay, and this is fifth. So this 5, it means that the fifth element is not included. So go ahead and type equals to n, then empty square braces, nothing between them, empty square braces. So go ahead and type enter. So now let's check what happens. So now you can see that it instead of making 5 blank 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 8, it shortened your list to 5,8 by deleting these elements. So this was all from my side in this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in next tutorial where we'll discuss about methods. Okay, so I'll see you in next tutorial.